is going to help you to understand the business for yourself, and it'll also help you raise the awareness to people that you know, like, and trust of the possibilities and the type of income that's available with Organo Gold in a very short period of time, doing a few very simple things. All right, so what I'm going to start out with is that, you know, everybody comes into the business, and I'm just talking to the people that are in the room here, with what we call our gold pack, because it makes the most sense. Number one, it pays 20% and up to $2,500 per week in income. And I'm going to explain how this all works for you. Is this too small? You guys can't see that? Is that okay? It's okay? It's good? Okay. Great. Now, your goal, your job initially, literally within the first 24 to 48 hours of getting started in the business, you need to commit to finding at least 2 people in the world who drink coffee and are interested in making more money. And the reason I say that is the likelihood of your success increases exponentially the quicker that you do this. All right? The quicker that you find 2 people. I would strongly encourage you, even before you start in the business, don't get started until you have 2 people ready to go with you. I would rather see that happen. All right? So it looks like this. You have 2 teams that you need to build. You have 2 teams. Yeah, sorry about that. We'll try the blue one. There we go. You have 2 teams that you're needing to build. You need to build a left team and a right team. Okay? You're the top of the team. All right? So you simply have to start with 1 on your left and 1 on your right, and they're your personal sponsor, so you sponsored them. So this was you referred them to the business. Okay? Now this is what we refer to as your first level. Okay? This is level 1. Why? Because it's the first people you put in the business, level 1. All right? And they're personally sponsored to you. Now, through the compensation plan, we know that if you sponsor somebody into the business at a gold pack, the company's going to pay you $150 and another $150 over here, because you get paid for every single person that goes in your business, whether you put them on the left or you put them on the right. So that's your money every week. Secondly, you're going to receive CV, or commission, and we call it commissionable volume, CV, or just commission, all right? So CV equals commission. Okay? Now the commissionable volume on a gold pack is 875 CV, or points, okay? So you're going to receive 875 points here, and you're going to receive 875 points right here. Okay. Your investment, your initial investment into the business was approximately $1,300. Okay, right? That's including your shipping. That's including your product pack, the starter kit. $1,300 is your initial investment. $875. Now, if all you did was that in the first week, by Sunday midnight, the company would calculate, Sunday midnight Pacific time, Vancouver, would calculate all the volume in your team. So right now you have 2, all right? So they would calculate this, they'd say, okay, so your, we call it the dual team, is 875, because each side has to equal. Once each side equals, you get paid 20%, because your gold pack, of those points. So you're going to make 875 times 20% is $175 is your money. And then they add in the referral bonus of $300. So your total is $475. Your initial investment is $1,300. That's a return on your investment of 37%. All you did was find 2, and you probably found them before you even joined. You got 400, that's cash. That's not, it might come. They owe you that and they'll pay you that. All right? That's on the first level, 37% return on your investment. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little bit more interested. This is how quickly it works. Now, what you need to do very easily is you need to show these people how to do what you just did. Duplicate. So, what's that look like? You help them find one on their left, one on their right, one on their left, one on their right, and now that becomes level 2. Now you have how many people on your team? 6. You still only enrolled 2, and you still have all your product. You haven't retailed any of it. All right? You just help these 2 find 2. Now, because they found the 2, you don't get a referral bonus, but you do get the 875 points. Everybody does down the line. So, 875 points here, 875 here, 875, 875, times 2 is 1,750, 1,750. Over here the company says, okay, dual team, 1,750 times 20%, another 350 bucks. Now you're at 67% return on your investment. How many people have you enrolled? 2. All right, so let's continue. Let's help those 4 people find their 2. How do they do that? Exactly the same way that you did it. Before they even came in the business, they probably already know 2. So, one on their left, one on their right, one left, one right, here, 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 and here. Now we have 3 levels of business. We now have level 3, 875 points for each one of those as well. Goes to you. Not only does it go to you, it goes to this person, and this person, and this person. All right? So now if we take 875 times 4 is 3,500 points here, 3,500 points here. Once again, if this is all done, say this is week 1, week 2, week 3. Just say you went really slow. Okay? That's okay. 3,000 points times 20%, or 3,500 points, is another $700. So now let's just add up where we sit right now, and we've only enrolled 2. We now have $1,525 in income. Our initial investment was $1,300. We're now in the black. We've made profit of $225. We've made about 116% profit. So I don't know very many businesses that you can help a couple of people find 2 people to drink coffee and make 116% profit in, we've had people do this in 7 hours, right? But I mean, 3 weeks, okay? Now, anybody interested in going Sapphire, so that you can increase your income from $2,500 a week to $5,000 a week. I'll show you how to do that with this exact same structure. Now, all I'm saying to you is that 2 people is the minimum. You find 1 more person personally, and 1 more person personally, so this would be your 3rd person, and your 4th person personally. We already know how much you're going to get paid there, because right here. You're going to get another $150 here, and another $150 here. You're going to get that 875 points, 875, and we already know that that's going to equal $475. Now you have a gross profit of $2,000. Yes.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Okay, just for example, I'm just curious, like you said that they have, say back at level 1, that they
Yes.
have to balance out.
Yes.
What if you had one on your left and you one on your right, one went bronze, one
Yeah.
went silver, or gold,
Yeah.
whatever?
So you would be paid, there would be a balance left over.
Yeah.
So you would be paid on the lesser leg.
Less.
So let's say this is a perfect scenario that we got everybody going gold.
Yeah.
So let's say over here you had, say, and I'll get into that, say you had 10,000 points over here, total in the week, and over here you had 15,000. So they would take 10,000 off here, 10,000 off here, go to 0, the 5,000 extra points would stay in, and you'd be paid 20% on the 10,000 points, or $2,000.
5,000 carries over.
And 5,000 carries over to next week, and next week your left side volume already has 5,000 points in it. So then you try to match it on the right side. But this is perfect scenario where you just all I'm asking you to do is find somebody who will find 2
Yeah.
right
So
now.
you can balance it out.
You can balance, it balances, yeah. but I'm just giving you a scenario here. So 875 points, $2,000. You've now made a profit of $700. You now have how many people on your team, including yourself? You have 17 people on your team, including yourself, if you count it. The next thing that we have that you have to be aware of is what we call GV, or group volume. Now your group volume is the entire organization of volume that comes in per week and per month, okay? So what happens is when people come in at a gold pack, which is $1,300, they receive 1,300 GV points. When your GV, group volume, equals 14,000 for the month, not the week, for the month, and you have at least 4 personal legs of business. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 are on the left and 2 are on the right minimum. Okay, just, you have to put 2 there, you have to, because it's about building structure. So a sapphire is 14,000, 14K GV, and you have to have 2 and 2. Okay? Do it like that. 2 on your left, 2 on your right. You understand that? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, if we add this up, you have 17 people. You have 4 people, 2 on your left, 2 on your right. You have a volume of 20,800. So you have $6,000 in more volume than you're required. You're halfway to Ruby. You've hit Sapphire and you've become a Sapphire. Now your income just increased from $2,500 a week to $5,000 a week, and I'm going to explain how important that is.
In that one way.
Right, in the one way to get paid. All of these people now have made money. This is the key. They've all made money, right? This person made 475, this person made 475, and so on. So you can see how we would continue to keep duplicating that. And then as you add more people to your team, you get what we call width. So you chase the business, so you find people that come into the business and be your business partners. So that's chasing the business. This is called driving the business. You're building structure. You're helping other people first. That's the key. When you build structure, you never have to worry about your pin level, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, or your income. It'll automatically default that you're going to make more money. Now, let's just say in this scenario, and I'll answer one of the questions that I had. Let's say in this scenario here, we had this side of your business at the end of the week had 10,000 points, okay? And over here, we talked about that, had 15,000 points at the end of the week. Just say this is what it worked out to. And you came in at a bronze. So you came in at bronze here. You would drop your income to 10%, so this is bronze. And your weekly would drop to $500 a week. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. If, because you came in and you found 2, you still have to find 2 at bronze, but everybody below you grew the business. And this happens all the time, guys. This is what I want to warn you about. They grew the business. At the end of the week, they had 10,000 points in volume. We know that that equals $20,000 or $2,000, right? At 20%. 20% of 10,000, because it would cancel this, and you cancel this, you'd have 5,000 points that would go to the next week, and this will be 0. Okay? So the company at a gold pack would pay you $2,000. Okay, right? But at bronze, it's 10%. So now the income gets cut in half to $1,000. But you can only make $500 a week. So now not only did you make half as much as possible, you made half as much of that possible. Because now the company will say, okay, you're a bronze pack. We owe you $2,000, right? This is your pay. You qualify for $1,000, and they're taking it down to $500. So You just gave the company back 1,500 of your dollars because your belief was bronze. See, you don't know who joins your business and grows below you. This happens all the time, guys. I'm telling you this. I have distributors calling me all the time saying, Steve, the company made a mistake. It shows that I made, $2,200 this week. I said, you came in at a bronze. You made $500 this week. Remember we talked about that? Oh, how do I go to gold? Right? So I would encourage you to not give away the amount of money required for you to go gold now. Do it now and get your people started at gold because they make the most money, they have the most product, and they have the biggest ability to succeed very quickly. So that's what I'm talking about with the $2,500 a week. It's very, very critical that you understand that it's 5 times less the money doing the exact same amount of work. You still just gotta find 2. Okay, right? So please be aware that that's what happens in the business and make the right decision. And when you're talking to your people, that's why I wanted you to write this down. So I know there's a lot of distributors in the room. When you're talking to your people, make sure that you just show them this diagram. Even if it takes a little bit longer to learn, practice it. It's very important. This is a critical tool because they're like, what? I didn't know that. But now you do, okay? Everybody got this?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many bronze packs do we have? Okay, then I'm going to show you something very quickly as well too. And I want you to write this down as well. And I want you to understand the 4 things that we do with our product. Because we just identified why a gold pack is important because it pays the most. Number 2, I want you to understand what you do with your product to grow the business, to find 2, 4, 6, 10, 20 people on your team. Number 1, so the first thing you do with your product, number 1, is you drink it. Everybody needs to drink it. Why? Well, if I was going to share something with one of my friends, and let's say they asked me, well, you know what does the black coffee taste like? And I said, well, I don't know, I never drink this stuff. I have no idea. I wouldn't touch that stuff. I don't drink black coffee, but I've tried it. And so when somebody asks me, so what does black taste like? I say, well, you know what, I don't drink a lot of black coffee, but I know a lot of people that do drink it, and I've had some, and it didn't burn my throat when it went down. That was my experience. So try it. It was good. I like the latte, right? So try all the coffee. And what we find is that people will consume in a family about 4 boxes a month.
Easy.
Right, and that's low, right? I know it's low. But I'm just going to tell you about 4 boxes. So if you bought a bronze pack, another example of the bronze, and it comes with 8 boxes, and 2 of them are tea and hot chocolate. You drink 4 of them, you have nothing to give away. See, this is the difference. So drink it, be a product of the product, step number 1. Number 2 is you share it. So you need to sample it. Now, our black coffee comes with 30 cups, and the latte comes with 20 cups. Now, what I say to people, because it was told to me by Holton Bugs and Shane Moran, is that when you give a sample away, you give 1 to try and another 1 to verify. So that's right, 2. So when you've asked them the questions, how do you normally drink your coffee? Black or with cream and sugar. They tell you where they buy their coffee. You say, when's the last time they ever got paid to drink it? It's all in our tools, the 4 questions. Well, I'd like to give you a sample of my coffee. I'm just interested in what you think of the taste and how it makes you feel. Here's 1 and 1 to verify. Try it tomorrow. Boil water, stir, whatever way you want it, clockwise or it doesn't matter. Take the spoon out and then drink it. That was a joke. Man.
Listen carefully, reiterate.
I know sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not. Anyway, so you're going to share it. So what I was getting at, I lost my train there, sorry, is that you have 30 cups in black and you have 20 in latte. So if I'm going to sample, say, I'm thinking about going slow in the business. I'm going to sample 5 people a day because I know a lot of people at the beginning. Everybody knows 100 people. If you really think about it, you can put a list together of 100 people. I know you can. Whether they drink coffee, they don't. So I'm going to sample 5 people a day. So that's 10 samples a day. So the black, every 3 days, I'm gonna be out of coffee. So if there's 30 days in a month, that means I need 10 boxes just for sampling. That's just black, right? Every 3 days I'm out, right? Even a bronze, even a silver pack, that's not enough coffee. I'm out. I'm out of coffee. I have to reorder. My business stops, and I gotta pay for shipping again. Be smart about your business, guys, right? Okay, number 3, sell it. I strongly encourage you to develop a 10 customer base minimum of serviceable customer. Now, a serviceable customer is somebody who will pay you every month for about 2 boxes of coffee. And I know it's usually 4 or 5 we drink, but let's just say 2. Let's take it down. Okay? You have 10 people that you know that don't want to do the business, don't care that it costs $1 a cup. They love the taste, the way it makes them feel, and they're willing to pay you for it and support your business. 10 of them. That's 20 boxes, right? Is it not? Like 10 people, 20 boxes. Now that 20 boxes of coffee, you're gonna sell at $30 to $35 a box. So that's anywhere between $600 and $700 gross profit, right? $20 or $30 a box, or $30 to $35 a box, 20 boxes. I strongly encourage you to take that profit, reinvest it into your business, and buy more coffee. You don't have to come up with any new money for this business, all right? Use your retail customer profits, invest the money back into the business, buy more coffee, give more away, share more, sell more, and the 4th thing we do, support with it, support it. And that looks like this. If today we had people in the room who were looking at this business and I personally invited them to the meeting, what I would make sure I had is, see, I always vision my success. I always see myself before it happens. So I know if I invite 5 people to a meeting, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, at least one of them is joining my business. I know 2 of them are gonna buy a product from me. I know it, every time it happens. So if I show up to the meeting with 5 people and I have nothing to sell, and when they join the business at a gold pack, they're excited, they're gonna go from the meeting, they're gonna go to work the next day, they're gonna be like, man, I went to this meeting, I was so excited, I got it, I found it, it's the thing, I already do it, you gotta do it with me. They're like, what are you doing? It's coffee. You're like, wow, I love coffee. Where is it? Well, I don't have any. It's gonna come in about 4 days, 5 days. How excited are they gonna be in 5 days? When all their friends have said, did you join one of those things? Did you pay them? You gave them the money? Do you actually know this guy, Steve Martin? Are you kidding me? Who's this guy? But if you sponsor correctly, when that person leaves the meeting tonight, they buy from you at wholesale what you paid for it, $17 a box. They buy a box of black and a box of latte. Why? Because it's 50 samples. That gives them 25 people to share it with before their product comes. By the time their product comes, the vast majority of the time, the product is already all sold. But if you miss that step by not supporting it, because you didn't see yourself successful, you didn't have enough coffee to sell, I didn't say give it away. We never give away coffee to business builders because it takes away the value. Sell it to them. What you paid for it, you don't retail it, $17 a box. And you don't do this. Don't do this. Don't say, when your product comes in, just replace it. No, they buy it. Okay, it shows commitment, all right? So they take that 50 samples, they grow their business, and by the time it comes, they probably, the majority of the time, already have 2 to 5 people ready to get into the business. How quickly do you want to go Sapphire? This is the key, guys. Some of the smallest things that you need to do regularly, you're not doing. If you were, you'd already be a Sapphire, Ruby, or Emerald. It's just the truth, right? I'm just talking to the business builders. Guests, I don't think there is any that aren't in the business. This is real talk. I'm giving you 100% of the information. So, when you set yourself up on the proper auto ship, I know at a gold pack it's $100 thereabouts, 100 CV, right? Or $105. That's 6 boxes of coffee. Well, let's just take a look at the numbers. Just low. I'm going to drink 4. I'm going to share 10. I'm going to sell 20. and I'm gonna support, I mean, how many people do you wanna join? How many people do you see yourself enrolling a month? At the start, it's just gonna be easy, right? 5? Let's say 5, a month.
Yeah.
Well, that's 10 more boxes, right? Because that's 2. For you to be interested in the business, you should be rolling about 40 boxes of coffee or a case. A case of coffee a month is about about 500 bucks, right? But remember what I said, right? It's about $500 for a case. There's $700 here. $700 in income right there, because you're selling it at $35 a box. So you've already generated the income to support the minimum amount you need to grow a diamond business. See, it's working smarter, not harder, right? So none of this is difficult to do. It's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do, as I've said. But maybe you want to wear this. Maybe nobody showed you this before. So that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to make you very aware that how you do anything is how you do everything. Right? That's Holton Bugs. I didn't make that up. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if you look at this business as a $100, $200, $500, or $1,300 business, that's the results you're going to get. You're going to get that result. You're going to get a $1,300 mentality out of this business. If you look at it, follow the steps, and treat it as a multi-million-dollar business, you will get multi-millions of dollars out of this business. And the reason I can say that is because it's happening to us right now. And all I'm doing is telling you what I'm doing. So it's up to you to follow or don't. But I just want to give you everything I got today, because I appreciate you guys coming out. And whenever I get in meetings like this, I see a lot of potential. I see millionaires in the crowd. And it's exciting. Because I know when you become millionaires, you're going to create a lot of freedom for a lot of people. And that's my goal. 10,000 families in the next 3 years will make an additional $10,000 a month in my organization. That's my vision. 10,000 families, 3 years, make an additional 10 grand a month. Clear. It can happen, but I need you to help. Will you help me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, I'm done. Thank you. We got time to, answer questions, share. We can circle up. It's 8:30. I mean, I don't even know what time we have this place. An hour or so more, whatever you guys need. I'm around. I'll stay as long as you guys need me to. Dan's here as well. One of the founding members of the business, and like that means Dan's a great example of what is possible. I mean, a Sapphire consultant, drives his Benz, made 6 figures last year over the 12-month period, got his ring, top 5 income earner, one of the top 5 income earners in Canada. And really what he did is he made a decision. He hasn't quit his job. And, to be quite honest with you, his wife's my sister. She was our very first person we put into the business. So I started with my family and my friends. And today they're still in, some.
I started with my family.
Yeah, everybody does, because it's comfortable. I started with some of my family and they wanted nothing to do with it. So that's okay too. But I gave them a chance, right? So any questions that I can answer out here? If not, we can have some more coffee. Yes, sir.
So what would be here